Hello, hello? Is it working? It is working. How wonderful. Back to streaming on my PS5. As normal. As convenient as streaming on the deck is, I did miss having my controller in my hands. And not having to worry about battery and it blowing up. Anyways, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. It's time for Stormblood. Again. Because the last couple cliffhangers have been tormenting me. Welcome, Queequeg. It is time to throw wide the gates. Well, presumably time to throw wide the gates. I have to imagine we're not going to throw wide the gates until Shadowbringers starts. But don't tell me if I'm right or not, because I don't even know what throw wide the gates means. I can't imagine it means anything good. If it did, they wouldn't be building an expansion tease out of it. But that's just me spitballing. Won't be overmodding any regulars, but we'll keep my eyes on any newcomers. Good, yeah, that's about what I would ask of you. I trust my friends and my regular viewers. I do not trust first-time viewer suck dick balls 420 to keep a lid on spoilers. Howdy, Star Pressure. Welcome, welcome. FF14. Howdy, Dalit. On a beach resort with limited Wi-Fi, so I'll be quiet. That is fine by me. Thanks for coming. Oh, you're in my time zone now. Yeah, you are, actually. Which time zone that is, I will remain non-specific on for the purposes of the stream, even though I've probably said it at some point in a video that is out there. Probably. I don't know. The music of the Rising Stones slowly drives me insane every time I have to listen to it. So I'm going to talk to Alice in just a minute. Can't believe iPad 12 is fucking dead. I can. I can believe it. Kathy was too strong in the end. I'm way behind on those Dokapon streams, but even I know that Kathy is much too strong. Hoi Sean, welcome, welcome. He ran it back a fourth time. I think Mr. John Ipash Wolf just has like it's a strange combination of a gambling addiction and a humiliation kink, right? Surely. There's no other explanation for this behavior. At Hottie Mastery, the service here sucks, probably won't be here long. Alright. Thanks for letting me know, Star Pressure. I will probably only be able to stream the first half or so of this patch anyway. And then I'll finish the remainder tomorrow night. just because I have other things going on and scheduling got a little wonky. So it shouldn't be too hard to catch up before the next stream. I would be really surprised if I even get to the 2-hour mark tonight. We'll just say that. But chipping away at it now means the finishing stream tomorrow will also take less time, so it's a win-win for me. Alright, I'm gonna start talking to that there Alice, and we'll just see how it goes. Orb. We're starting off with Orb, that's a good sign. So last time on FF14, everyone's souls got sucked out.
Come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Everyone's souls got sucked out. The party is pretty much dwindled down to Alice and Sid, I guess, but he's too busy with Omega. We learned that the Garlean Empire is a fraud, a sham. And I can't remember what else happened. Oh yeah, Alpha Node is still with the mystery people in the desert, investigating the shit. Weird bioweapons. Yeah, we met Emmett Selch. They haven't said his name is Emmett Selch yet, but it's Emmett Selch.
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Selk rhymes with milk. Listen, I'm too used to saying Selch, like Welch's grape jelly. Until they start saying it out loud, I'm not going to be able to break the habit. You'll just have to adjust.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us,
because you're cooler than them, Alice.
Who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
You're actually in the game now.
And Elfino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Hello. Oh, hey, Cryle. One of the good ones.
Cryle! I did not think you well enough to travel.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Cryle nutters rise up. I'm pretty sure I was still on my Lalafell hate train, but by the time I met Cryle, so Cryle would have been the first Lalafell I genuinely love. Maybe Tataru, I don't know.
Yes, I should have thought of that.
Kryle's the coolest one, though.
Thank you for coming, Cryle. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
My life's goal is not less than the salvation of this star.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
What the fuck? 1 second. Just got a ping from a message that I sent in a server I haven't been in like 2 years. Is there a ghost? I don't think there's a ghost. Okay. That was weird. Reminder that for literally all of Stormblood, Tataru has been running around Shirogane banging dudes. Oh yeah, Tataru has infinite Riz. This has been established, I want to say, since Realm Reborn.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
Remember how there's a fucking main story quest called how Tataru got her groove back? That woman fucks.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh? Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
Alright, great. Krau's gonna solve the problem. We won't have to do anything with the Asians. And I can stop playing FF14. There are no more expansions after this. Are you still voiced? You are still voiced.
At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The elder Seedseer
Hello,
made a
Pachi.
similar observation.
We're not very far in. I've kind of been lollygagging and then I got distracted.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
In some kind of world that has yet to be added to the game.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
I wish you'd been around for it,
But that's
Alice.
no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
It's still nuts how long it took for Alice to actually have anything to do. Past, coils. She's great. It already pleases me that it looks like Shadowbringers is going to do a lot with Alice. She wasn't a fugitive like you and her brother. Yeah, but she could have stopped by and helped. She could have said hello. Where am I going? Oh, to Dravanya. I haven't been there in a minute. Is there any nearer warp than Edelshire? It does not look like it. Right, I can't fly in fucking Edelshire. Is it this way? I also haven't been here in a minute. Yes. Watch it be that I went to the wrong section of the Hinterlands. I think I might have gone to the wrong section. Oh, no, I did it correctly. For once. I love that Alexander's still just there. Permanently. Looming over this idyllic little town. That was such a great raid series. I still haven't finished Omega. I aim to do that. If not tomorrow, then in the next couple days. Because I want to be done with everything Stormblood related before I buy Shadowbringers. Down here? Down here. I'd heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. Who's Matoya again? Oh, it's you! You're cool. Hey Jill, still have Eureka to do?
I hide myself away in a cave and
Not in a million years.
Pestering me with your problems.
Forgot who Matoya was? I remembered as soon as I saw her. I just couldn't remember her name. She's a cool old lady.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
The situation is not conclusive to us being gay. We have to solve the problem first.
That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too.
Did
Better
she?
for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
Did Stola do anything?
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
And Stola is one of the afflicted, is she? Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Howdy, Hafness Play. Welcome, welcome. You can kind of see where Stola gets her sense of humor. Yeah, it's kind of a Kaine and her grandmother type situation. I like it. I like her. Even though she walks very, very slowly, and I'm trying to do a lot in a short time. So if you could hurry it up, please, ma'am.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
Orb. Rebecca's gonna start skipping cutscenes and be like I did the story, SMH. Who the fuck skips cutscenes in an MMO? What are you even playing the game for?
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense.
Huh?
How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
Oh god.
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Huh.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
Well, they're obviously not all gonna die.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi affected her resurrection.
I assume their souls are in the other world.
Aye, let's
Whatever
not
that other
jump to
world is.
conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
Yeah. You tell him, Matoya.
Where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo?
That was a really long
We're on our
pause.
way.
You probably should have just broken the dialogue box in two.
Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
They're using the urgent stress music. Even though that sounded like a good thing. Huh?
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Is magic disappearing from the world? Is that why there's urgent music?
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can
But that's what I
only
have
do
to
what
do
can
next
be
expansion.
done, and that's but one thing at a time.
Alright. First quest done. Only took 25 minutes almost. Minus the time I spent running around the Rising Stones. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Elise would have said. Unless... there's no point in speculating. Lisa said she'd notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamegan quarter. I'm praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphinode's plight and leave the search for our friends' lost souls to me. Bye, Kryl. You're cool. Oh, thank God, it's right by the crystal. I'm very, very slightly groggy right now. It's just one of those Fridays. But I have enough energy to keep going. If you will bear with me. Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Tell me some dire shit.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
He's hanging out with a guy who is definitely not who I think he is.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This Shadow Hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
Yeah, he's just being incommunicado like an asshole.
Tell us
It's
more
fine.
about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
Garlemald? Did he just pronounce that weird, or have I been wrong about Garlemald the entire time?
On that
He
subject,
said it weird?
there is
Okay.
much I could tell you.
I was having a momentary
During the course of our
existential
journey,
crisis.
We heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Oh boy.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
Again.
We knew this was coming, but not that it would
Part
be so
2.
soon.
We've
Let's
barely
run it
even
back.
begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't.
We're gonna have to Stormblood again.
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten
There's
completion of those
WMTs in
border
Alamigo.
fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials, head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Untold sorrow.
Oh, this is happening a
must
lot
be
more
changed.
than I expected.
Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
He said it again. Eon become instant.
You heard it too.
He's said a couple of things about that make me think of, like, of all things, fucking time compression, like FF8 shit. I doubt it is going that way, but a few of the mysterious, enigmatic lines he has said.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Maybe Ultimecia is the final boss of this story arc. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, thank the gods.
I mean, I know what a
I
couple
thought
of
we'd
final
lost you for a
bosses are,
moment
but
there.
who knows?
Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
So Alphino is safe, for the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lys tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. I would never sit around stewing over things I can't change. How dare you accuse me of this? Half an hour in, we're about to finish the second of 7 quests. Again, I have no idea how much I will be able to do tonight. Probably not much more than another 45 minutes to an hour, but we'll do as much as we can, and then finish it off tomorrow night unless there is an unexpected interruption. Really wish I could just warp over to where Hien is, but I don't wanna. I wanna do all the bullshit. Get the crystal unlocked. It's raining IUDs outside, time to cancel the stream? What the fuck does that mean? Like intrauterine devices? I missing something? It would be unexpected. I mean, fair, but you don't have the Dome and Enclave Crystal? I don't think I do. I mean, it's over there, but I can't warp to it from the menu yet. I haven't sat down and done whatever is required of me to make that happen. If you activate it, you could. I did. I did that last stream. Is it? It's not on the map now, is it? No, yeah. I mean, it's on here, but I can't select it from the world map. Is it on the teleport list? Where is this place? Oh, there it is. Dome and Enclave. Okay, I'm quitting the stream. You know, when I did this bit on impulse, I probably should have just hit go to menu instead of exit game because I didn't think about how congested the server is right now. There we go. Get the fuck out of here, chat menu. The fuck out of here. Okay, now it's good. Oh, you're not voiced, Tian. Okay, I wasn't prepared to talk again. Hang on. Not as funny when getting back in requires logging back into the game. Yeah, but I made you wait. I tortured you slightly, so now I don't know. Now you are the ones with eggs on your faces. Do that bit on expansion launch day. When they launch another expansion in like 2 or 3 years, and I'm still probably in Endwalker, then I will do that. Hello, Dose. Welcome, welcome. About 18 months, actually. Oh, wow. I thought... felt like Dawn Trail just came out. 14 content is very scheduled. Imagine that. Wait, really? But the gap between Endwalker and Dawn Trail felt so much longer than 18 months. Damn. Well, good for people who are caught up. Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Kojin and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the steppe tribes. We've also been joined by our neighbors from Nagxia and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca, although the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. Bring in Fran! Canonize Fran! Outside of the raids, please. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. I'm glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. I thank you for bringing me news I thank you for bringing me news of Alphinote. His fate is never far from my thoughts, not only because he is our emissary. As for the sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree that Almigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. Sorry, there's something that keeps coming up in my throat. Water is not pushing it down. I'll deal. It's fine. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. The all-important Allagan energy barrier. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. A name drawn from the four lords of legend, perhaps. Seiriu's Aegis, or some such. Well, just a thought. And they're not quite of legend. I have fought two of them. The Ironworks engineers report they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Azisla firsthand, and I'd be interested to hear how you think ours compares. I will come too, if you don't mind. Though I am no Ishtola, I may be able to offer some insight. Well, I will say, you're actually in the game. So. Did you actually fight them or just imagine it in a fit of brain damage related fancy? I don't know. For all I know, every raid is brain damage. The only one with concrete proof is Alexander, because Alexander's just chilling out right over there. TBH, I'm not sure what a good cutoff point is because dungeon is second half. Yeah, I know the dungeon is like the last thing at this time. I guess I don't know. I assume somebody will point out a good stopping point for me within the next hour or so, however long I decide to go. A part of the dungeon is literally in the Shadowbringers trailer. It's the very last bit. Oh, wow. So there's not even a solo instance after that, like usual, huh? Oh, there's still the 0.56 patch. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Where are the storms? Before this next dialogue box is the right stopping point. Quit stream now. You're the boss. Oh no, it's too late. Oh no. Well, now I just have to do the whole thing, don't I? Seiryu's Wall. We will cross the burn by Yol and Falcon, as before. Join me at the Overlook near the House of the Fierce. There is a world where I probably could have streamed the whole thing in one go tonight, but I'm not exactly making good progress time-wise. Probably say after this quest, TBH? Okay, yeah. Probably. If this quest is about the same length as the others, then we'll see. Most likely. I know this is going to be a fairly uneventful and lower-key stream than usual, and that torments me. It grinds my bones into dust, but I don't have much of a choice if I want to make everything actually work out today. 2 quests, dungeon, and then 2 quests for next time. Wait, but I thought the dungeon was the last part of 4.5. Unless you mean also... Wait. I think that I saw that the 0.56 for Stormblood is only 2 quests long. But I had assumed that those 2 quests were cumulatively, like, 3 hours. So, like, if you're saying that the 0.56 is short enough that I could probably do it at the same time, then... Maybe. It's short? Just the lead-in? There is lengthy duty. That's kind of what I figured. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I hadn't planned on doing it tomorrow, but we'll see how fast I can get through the remaining content. We're ready to take wing. Let's go. To the burn. We had such fun here last time.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand. Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Voice scene, I think it should be. This is important, you guys. I don't know. It's gonna go off without a hitch, and we'll be fine. I think that's why they're devoting voice time to this. Wow.
Node 1 is operational.
That is very cool.
Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming. $1,000 yards, 2,000, 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
And here's where it goes wrong.
4,000, 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Did it actually go off without a hitch? Oh, was that Thancred's VA?
Is that an Imperial airship?
I would not have been able to pick
Of
that
all
out.
the
It sounded
rotten
nothing like him.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
I want Xenos to just be in that ship.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
Wait, is that... oh, that's Shadowhunter. Right? Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh.
By the gods. It's Alphino.
You killed him! You bastard!
What are you... Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
Was hoping for a fireball. Well, so much for that. Twas our moment of triumph.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No, not him too.
Oh, did he get his soul sucked out? Damn, I kind of thought... I kind of thought he would be safe, since he wasn't part of the wave last time.
No cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Hello? We gonna talk now? I fucking knew it! You lying bastards!
Gaius van Baelsar.
Gaslighting me.
Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished.
Tell me all the reasons why I couldn't be correct. I had that guy pegged from minute one.
Stand down.
So how the how,
The legatus of
though?
the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Baelsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
I mean, yeah, that's really sick. I'm glad you're around to be more of a character, but also how? You exploded.
Impossible.
At least everybody says you
There's
exploded.
no way you could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
Flashback, flashback.
How I was deceived by La Hebrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
I remember that the devastation was not your intention, yes.
The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment, at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Did he even actually explode? There was a big blast, it hit you? Well, okay, that's different. When you say we saw him explode, I take that to mean like he was at dead center ground zero of an explosion. But if he's just caught in the shockwave, go back and look it up. I don't know. Final Fantasy characters are durable. Every Gundam or tag survives nuclear blasts. Well, not, actually, no. Fucking Judo's sister did survive. She shouldn't have, but she did. Gundam is so fucking stupid. Yeah, I love it.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
By the by, Dose, I've been seeing. I saw that you a little while ago were posting stuff about G Gundam, so I assume you're like further ahead in that than I am, or totally done with it. Just the other night met Alan B, Swedish Sailor Moon girl, for the first time. She's awesome. She's great. Yeah, we're watching the dub. We are. It's great. It's so stupid. We watched one episode with the sub track, and Japanese Domon sounds so much more deranged. In English, he just sounds confused all the time. But yeah, the Nobel Gundam gonna be my next Gunpla. I've already put it in my fucking cart. Anyway, back to this. This is kind of dramatic.
My principal quarry was to be La Hebrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion. But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
Cool.
Are the Scions not of like mind?
I'm with you, man.
In this single respect, perhaps.
Get it.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know. Yet among the Red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group. And while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source.
He's the reason we don't have Monbrita as a core party member.
The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmett Selk.
There it is.
Little is known.
See, now, Queequeg, I have legitimate reason to stop pronouncing it as Selch.
We have files on La Hebrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmett Selk is new to us?
Oh, we're gonna get well acquainted with him.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Heideland's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets.
I also love Gaius from here on out. He's wonderful. I'm very into him so far. I mean, him being played by Roos's actor is helping a bit for my forgiveness, but also I'm glad he's a character.
It was on the
He's an
trail of
actual
this
guy
very
now.
prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention.
Notice how they just introduce Emmett and imply that he's a way bigger deal than Laha and Elidibus? Yeah, I did. I caught that. Hyping up the villain of the next expansion, I assume.
They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army.
I know very
When I
little
yet
about
served as
Elidibus, I will
legatus,
say.
I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Oh, how noble of you, Gaius. The warlord had some scruples. But yeah, I know some things about Emmett Selk. I know some famous lines that people like to say. And I have some very loose idea of what his motive is, maybe. But I know shit all about Elidibus.
Toxic gas. This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Oh, 100%.
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself.
Oh, sick, okay.
Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch.
Unless they had a second factory that you don't know about. Because you've been out here for a little bit.
Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Galvus.
Man, Gaius going full bear in the background. The adventures of this Garlean defector, Ascian slaying motherfucker living out in the desert, doing terrorist sabotage. Can we not have like a whole game about that? Can Yoshi P just make another action game, but it's about what was happening between Realm Reborn and Stormblood post-patches with this guy? Please.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Ah, I see. I understand.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations?
Man, Gaius is just dumping a lot of important stuff into our laps. Yeah, out here in this chat.
I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common...
You're so cool!
To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
Man!
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
The hunting of shadows. We'll settle this another time. I was hoping I would do the punching into my fist thing.
Who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again. warrior of light.
Can't believe I called that guy almost from the minute I saw him, and you all lied to me.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
I'm taking that as my...
Well,
what's the
I
word?
am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to clever
We're
minds.
even now.
Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
We're even now for me not realizing that one crystal was on the teleport list earlier. We don't want to spoil you though, right? Yeah, that's true. However, I take pride in being smart enough to spot the fucking guy, even though we'd never seen his face before. Think you're so smart, huh? How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? I think they mathematically proved that a little while ago. I watched a video about it. Something in the vicinity of a few hundred. Yeah, that was really cool. Bye. This would main event any other expansion. You've seen nothing yet. Oh boy. Well, that seems like as good a stopping point as any, no? We'll just talk to Hien real quick, and then... Alphino is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak. I've spoken with the physician, and there are no outward signs of illness. Alphino is lost in a sleep in which he cannot be woken, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. And I also have no clue who the fuck that voice is, because it's... Obviously it's not him itself. We've already seen him. He's just tooling around. Elidibus is over there doing his thing, presumably in Xenos' body, so... I got no clue. I don't know. Maybe it's Zodiark. But I don't think Zodiark would just have a regular human voice. Till then, you can fulfill your duties as a scion. Yours and your brother's both. You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made and little time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Seiryu's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Alamigo? You most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be transported by sea. A lengthy voyage, for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Aldenard Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Aldenard friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am certain they will afford Alphino berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a chirurgeon accompany him every ilm of the way to the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. Ugiri, I will go on ahead with our friends to Alamigo. Enlist all those capable of teleportation and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. Lys and the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Oh, cutscene? Or... Okay. Black Rose Chemical Plant. They had more Black Rose. I'm guessing.
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance.
I told you.
See that you do.
You don't just introduce a bioweapon and then not use it on civilians. You look like such a WoW antagonist. I can't get over you.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
Just cut him off with the knees at every opportunity.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence.
Huh. The gas should be susceptible to light. Or
Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
I'm very excited for him. Look at him strut.
What precisely?
Look at this bitch.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire.
Do you think he cares? Do you think he cares?
You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Varys is talking exclusively with his throat. I feel very bad for his voice actor.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Womp,
Well, of
womp.
course it was. Though I will admit, the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations.
Womp,
But how
womp.
can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
How did you not... How did he not see that coming by now? How is he still being taken by surprise? I'm starting to think this Emperor fella is not the brightest bulb in the box. Varys shocked to learn that the leopard will also eat his face. Oh, the Garleans are such fucking suckers.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way.
The biggest putzes in the series.
Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research.
Xenos being so insane that he doesn't give a shit about the politics ends up making him the least stupid member of his family. I can't believe it. He's a genius. He just wants to fight. And frankly, at this point, it's all anybody should care about.
You chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
Every fucking thing you say. Oh, I'm so excited for him to be the main villain of Shadowbringers.
This will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world. I, the anchor and
I know that's Emmett Selk, by the way.
We will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Immediately after my last stream, I remembered that I had seen his face labeled Emmett Selk 1,000,000 times before. So yeah, don't worry about talking around it. He's great. He's great, though. Maybe that's another guy. Yeah, perhaps. Oh man, you know what? So I was disappointed that Kefka was relegated to being a raid boss in Omega and didn't really have any dialogue. Emmett Selk, I think, is gonna make up for that in spades. I'm getting that sense. One of the best lines in the game's history. Which one? There were like 10 bangers in that conversation. It was by design. Oh yeah, when the Emperor's voice cracks. That's good. That was very good. You're not even at peak. Well, tune in tomorrow for peak, unless something horrible happens to me. This was a more subdued little mini stream, but we made progress. We ate a little bit into how much time I'll have to set aside to actually finish this goddamn thing. I will have to... I would argue every stream will be better than the last one to like 5.5. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. I will have to figure out who the fuck I'm gonna run this upcoming dungeon with, because half of everybody I know now has unsubbed. I don't know. I'll ask around. We'll figure it out. You can use the NPCs? Yeah, but last time I did an NPC dungeon run on stream, it was miserably slow, because they don't use their AoEs and shit. I'll do it if it's an absolute last resort, but I would like to avoid it if possible. But yeah, I'll get that situated. Tomorrow will be fun. I'm excited to see how Peak 4.5 is. Do you have an ETA on when you're streaming tomorrow? Oh god, I almost never do. Probably anytime starting between 6 and 9 EST. PM. Like any time from 6 to 9 would be my ideal start. It could be as early as 6 or as low as 9. Or as late as 9, I should say, because time is not measured in up and down. So yeah, if that does not transpire, assume that I have been mangled in a horrible accident and can no longer hold a controller. Or that the snow has knocked out my power, because there's supposed to be some snow tomorrow. We'll see. Alright, well, thanks for coming, everybody. I'm gonna go eat ice cream at almost 9 o'clock, because I'm an adult. Go watch SmackDown highlights. I'm gonna do that tomorrow with my girlfriend, because I watch wrestling highlights with my girlfriend. I still haven't watched Raw. I'm only caught up as far as main event, so I need to watch the Raw and the SmackDown tomorrow with her. We'll do that though, and let you know what the fuck happens. Anyway, yeah, all the rest of you, thanks for coming. Tune in tomorrow. Final Fantasy 14, 4.5 Stormblood patch. Prelude to Shadowbringers, etc., etc. Bye.